Have you ever felt curious about what happens in your body and your brain scientifically? The first time. You naughty thing. Well, let's see it. This is you. You just signed up at the gym because you want to look like The Rock, so you're going to do some bench press. You turn your head and spot a beautiful girl doing hip thrusts. You decide to gather some courage, overcome all your fears, and you smile at her. Damn, she smiled back. You ask her what her name is, where she's from, and all that stuff. And you two end up having a conversation. And just before leaving, she asks for your Instagram. Wild. You start talking, day after day. One of those days you ask her to hang out, you wait for her reply, and when she answers, you're in shock. She tells you to come over, she's home alone, and you're going to watch a movie. Yeah, a movie. You arrive at her place, give her a hug, you both sit slowly on the couch, you look at her, she looks at you, and you attack like a tiger. No, scratch that, not like a tiger. You kiss her softly and gently, like a gentleman. And that's where things start to get fun. That first kiss unleashes a little storm inside your body. When your lips touch hers, thousands of nerve endings in your mouth send signals to your brain at lightning speed. Literally, at the speed of light. The lips are one of the most sensitive areas of your body, so your brain devotes a lot of space to processing those detailed sensations. A part of the brain called the somatosensory cortex, which interprets touch, starts working with all that incoming information: contact, temperature, taste. You begin to feel immersed in the kiss, like you've been dropped in a fish tank. Okay, maybe not the best comparison, but you get the idea. Within seconds, deep in your brain, the limbic system, your emotional center, kicks into action. Neurons in the amygdala, a part related to emotion, light up, along with the ventral tegmental area and the nucleus accumbens, two other brain regions. These last two are part of the brain's reward circuit, which creates pleasure. Basically, a chemical cocktail starts flowing, loaded with hormones like dopamine, a neurotransmitter everyone knows. It's responsible for making you feel pleasure and euphoria, a kind of high that makes you want more. Thanks to dopamine, kissing can be addictive. It keeps you going, not thinking about anything else. Then there's oxytocin, known as the love hormone, because it fosters attachment and emotional connection with that person. It's the same hormone that strengthens the bond between mother and child during breastfeeding. And right now, it's creating feelings of affection and trust between you two. Thanks to that hormone, that first kiss already makes you feel closer to her, increasing emotional intimacy. Serotonin is released too, a hormone that regulates mood. Curiously, its levels during kissing resemble those of people with obsessive-compulsive disorder, which is kind of amazing. That's why when a kiss is good, you can't get it out of your head. Adrenaline and noradrenaline join in too, chemicals from your sympathetic nervous system released due to the excitement of the moment. Your heart starts beating faster and stronger. Your cheeky breathing picks up a bit, and your pupils dilate. So do hers, obviously, which I hope you don't see because I hope your eyes are closed. I trust you. And finally, testosterone joins the party. You don't need steroids. Just a kiss, and you're good. Just kidding. Don't do steroids. Anyway, during kissing, small amounts of testosterone can transfer from the man's saliva to the woman, increasing her arousal. It sounds kind of gross, but it's real. Regardless, your testosterone levels rise. This hormone fuels physical attraction and sets the stage in case things escalate. And beyond all this, kissing also releases nitric oxide, a molecule that helps dilate blood vessels and improve circulation. It even gives your immune system a little workout. But anyway, back to the couch. After several minutes of increasingly intense kissing, the hand stops resting and starts exploring. You begin kissing more passionately and get closer to her body. That's when things really take off. You both enter the full sexual arousal phase. Your autonomic nervous system flips the switch to, let's do some cardio, prepping your body. Your heart rate, already elevated from the kisses, could now double. Breathing gets faster and shallower to deliver more oxygen to your muscles. Your muscles, especially your abs and legs, are involuntarily contracting. That tension is needed. Your body is anticipating movement. Blood rushes to your genitals, and hers, getting everything ready for the next round. Physiologically, both of you are primed, even if your clothes are still on. Inside, your brain is running the show. Dopamine stays high, fueling desire. Every new touch reinforces that I want more signal. At that point, the nucleus accumbens, the reward center, is literally on fire from dopamine activity. Meanwhile, your brain minimizes all distractions or logical thinking. The prefrontal cortex goes offline, see ya, eliminating anxiety, logic, and reason. Even the amygdala, where fear is processed, calms down. You're unhinged. You're not thinking about consequences, just about what you're feeling right now. In moments like that, shyness doesn't exist, which fits perfectly with everything we've just said. If you were nervous before that first kiss, those nerves are long gone. Now it's pure arousal. Though maybe you're a little nervous if it's your first time, just because it's the first time. But if you're enjoying yourself, that's unlikely. Back to the story. You're breathing heavily, shirt off, her shirt's off too. You start doing things with your hands. She starts making little sounds with her mouth, and congrats. You're at the peak of arousal. Everything we've talked about goes through the roof. Both your bodies are operating at 1000%. At this point, you're not thinking at all. Your prefrontal cortex didn't just leave. It went out to buy cigarettes. So forget reasoning anything. But then, during one of those kisses or touches, she pauses. You both start panting softly. She looks at you and asks if you want to keep going. At that moment, your prefrontal cortex quickly returns. Just long enough to answer that one question and grab protection. Then it dips again. You feel a wave of heat wash over you, like an electric current rising from your belly to your head. That moment of anticipation unleashes another hormonal storm. The mere anticipation of sex makes your brain release even more dopamine, because it knows the best part is coming. This is called anticipatory reward, and many studies show it occurs in all kinds of situations. Just expecting a reward already creates pleasure, sometimes more than the reward itself. Now, maybe you're a little nervous. That moment when your prefrontal cortex checks back in, will I do it right? Do I really want to do this with her? If your answer is yes, those doubts usually fade fast. Your brain is protecting you from fear and anxiety by lowering activity in the orbitofrontal cortex, which evaluates risk and possible screw-ups, and the prefrontal cortex, which handles decision-making and logical reasoning. Physiologically, you're both peaking. Most of your muscles are tensed, anticipating the next move. Maybe your legs are trembling a bit. Adrenaline is still pumping, blood pressure is up. Your face may be flushed. Many areas of your motor cortex are active, telling your body, get ready to move. So you do. It's weird to describe this, but let's do it for the video. Penetration triggers a flood of new sensations. Your penis sends a wave of pleasure signals to your spinal cord and brain. You both may let out a spontaneous moan, result of intense sensation and relief from finally connecting. You start slow, then build up as she responds, until your body hits its neurological and physical peak. Many studies using brain scans during sex, don't ask me how, show that near orgasm, multiple brain regions synchronize. Your genital sensory cortex is processing every movement and every subtle caress. Your motor areas are coordinating every thrust, responding to the way she moves. The hypothalamus keeps releasing oxytocin, peaking during orgasm. The thalamus integrates pleasure signals and maybe flashes of erotic mental images. Even the cerebellum joins in to keep rhythm smooth. At this point, there's zero logic and zero fear. Zero. As you reach orgasm, dopamine peaks to extremely high levels. Every thrust triggers dopamine bursts from the ventral tegmental area to the nucleus accumbens and other regions, reinforcing the imminent reward. Oxytocin is released by the hypothalamus into the bloodstream, reaching spectacularly high concentrations as well. In women, it causes uterine contractions that help sperm move inward. I hope that doesn't happen here. Then come endorphins, your body's natural opioids. They flood your brain, giving you euphoria and relaxation, while blocking pain, like her nails when she's clawing your back, hard, but you don't even notice. And finally, after all those crazy movements, you climax. You feel something unstoppable build up in your belly. Many voluntary and involuntary muscles are now rigid at maximum tension. The spinal cord fires a series of rhythmic contractions in the penis base, prostate, and vas deferens. You just released 100 million sperm. Insane. In those brief seconds of orgasm, all the accumulated neuromuscular tension suddenly releases. Like popping the cork on a bottle, the energy rushes out in powerful waves of contraction. A mix of euphoria, relief, and temporary loss of consciousness hits you. Your body relaxes, and you might both start laughing at your faces. Some studies say brain activity during orgasm mimics an altered state of consciousness. Logic turned off, reward circuits maxed out, and many brain regions synchronized, firing electrical impulses all at once. Besides dopamine and oxytocin, you now release another hormone, prolactin. It's responsible for sexual satisfaction and also stimulates milk production after birth. Weird, but true. If you're lucky, you both reached orgasm together, which is pretty awesome. And after all that madness comes the sweet calm. You fall to the side, she cuddles up, and you both relax. Random giggles might come up. The parasympathetic nervous system takes over to calm things down. Your heart rate gradually drops back to normal, minute by minute, just like your blood pressure. The blood vessels that had sent all that blood to your genitals begin to constrict, redirecting it back to the rest of your body. Adrenaline and noradrenaline plummet, taking with them that intense rush of urgency and arousal. Instead, the endorphins still flowing bring a sense of peace and well-being, almost like you've been sedated. Oxytocin remains high. That promotes closeness and affection. You'll want to hug her, kiss her softly, be near, and she'll want the same with you. Meanwhile, prolactin still does its thing. Thanks to it, you feel full and the sexual desire disappears completely. For now, you're good. In men, high prolactin after orgasm causes the refractory period, which means you can't go again right away. In women, it's shorter, but still exists. Also, your body enters a state of pain and stress immunity. Endorphins act as strong analgesics. They literally raise your pain threshold. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is probably at its lowest thanks to oxytocin's calming effects. So you feel like you're floating, you're happy, you'll probably get sleepy, both of you. And who knows, maybe in a few hours you'll go again. I think this is the weirdest video I've ever made, so I hope you enjoy it. Remember, my book's linked in the first line of the description and the pinned comment. Check it out. See you in the next video.